What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today I'm going to be playing a little Twinblast in the Safelane. As always, let's go over the deck. Now I have Auto Health Potion, Fast Travel, Multi-Shot, Piercing Basic, Critical Hits, and lastly Quick Exit for my gems. Now for my cards, I've got the pretty standard deck: Cull the Weak, Demolitionist, Outlander Scout to really help out see invisible heroes in case your team's not using wards, Nitro Boost, Sand Speeder, Guard Piercer, Pressure Hunter, Swamp Stalker, Heavy Hitter, Shatter Golem, and lastly Vampiric Blade. Now before I do my typical, beginning of the game kind of talk, we actually get some action very early in this match, and we get this Morgesh kill. Now you can see my steel is kind of hiding behind that fog wall, and we're able to absolutely wrap up this kill. We really punished her for, pushing up early, and since they do have a Morgesh offlane, she can be very tricky in the offlane. So it's good to shut her down early, because once she hits level 5 with her poison and mark, she can absolutely destroy me. So it's good to get her shut down early. Now this is a very, very average match for me. We had some kind of off plays and things like that, and I misclick a lot, and that's kind of one of the issues I'm running into right now is I'm misclicking buttons, and I mean, this is no different, and it's really bad with Twinblast because, I'll go to use my escape and end up pulling out my ultimate, and you can't cancel your ultimate instantly, so it ends up getting me killed, and, I think in this match, I actually played a match right before this, and it was just absolutely awful. It was so bad I couldn't upload the video because I'm constantly misclicking. And, not to mention I died so much, but the reason for my death is because, hey, I misclicked. And that's not typically something you guys will experience. So, I couldn't upload that. But we do misclick quite a handful of times in this match, so I really think I might just have to go back to controller because, it's taking me way too long to get used to the keyboard. Now you can see I'm playing very, very standoffish with this Morgesh. Our steel has went and supported other lanes, things like that. He's really not focused in the safe lane right now, and that really tells me, hey, you have to play very safe, and when you're dealing with Morgesh, you can't play safe with her because, she's got that great ability to run in, use her mark, hit you with that hive, let you take a ton of tick damage, and then ult you and you're dead. So, we really have to be aware of that. Now, if you see, Bellica did ping attack right lane, which, that's great, she came over for a gank, but she also engaged without me being there on a much healthier enemy hero. And then on top of that, I wasn't able to leave. If I would have left, we'd have taken tower damage, and I'd have been in the middle of a minion wave. And with Morgesh, I don't really want to chase her at this time. I've only got Cull the Weak on. I've got no power cards. I'm still hitting very, very soft. So without having a true support with me, I'm not able to do a whole lot. And, since I can't really rely on steel to either stick with me, like, I'm not really sure what he's doing, I am playing very, very standoffish. Now, I did see Howitzer start heading over to me, and that's why I just turned around and ran. Having map awareness is really key, and even though you might not have wards up as a team, you can use your heroes. If they're in lane or whatever, you can actually see the enemy heroes, and having that vision is really, really good. So, that allowed me to see that Howitzer, and I was able to back off, and then I'm not sure if he just left or if someone told him, hey, get out. But it worked out great for us. Now, Steel did come in to get that gank, but since Morgesh does have her run ability, she is able to, you know, get out of that stun or, you know, escape death anyways. And she did mark me. She did hit me with her hive. You know, I need to be very careful because she is rank 4. And as soon as she hits rank 5, she's going to be able to, you know, use that curse on me. And that's going to do so much damage. So if I ever get hit again by her, she might be able to kill me with her ultimate. So that's something that I have to be very, very careful of. And, you know, if I see her rush in at all, if I see her use that, you know, go fast button she has, where she gets all slimy, I forget what it's called. If I ever see her use that, I need to get out. And you can see, I don't want to go under tower right there, because she will focus me, especially since she's level 5 now. She's got plenty of mana. You know, a mark with a poison bomb, with a curse, I'm dead. So I have to get out. You know, I have to play much safer. And now's the perfect time to head back to base and put on another card. Now that we've got, you know, a power card on, we're actually able to do a little more damage. And hopefully this will not only help out with damage, but with farm. And, you know, we kind of just do that typical safe lane stuff. Focus on getting those last hits, do as much damage as we can. Now I misclicked my ultimate there, you know, it's, and then Seraph shows up. You know, I'm gonna get out. I don't want to worry about that. Seraph, she might not be able to take me out at this point. You know, it might be a pretty standoff fight, but with Morgesh there, with me being marked, I know that I'm not gonna win that fight. Now, Morgesh does end up, you know, keeping some pressure up, and Steel heads back, so I am in lane. You can see she rushes in. I've got to get out. I have to run. You know, I'm at half health, which is still healthy enough, but I need to be very, very careful. Now you can see I am staying very far away. I'm not even getting experience for minion kills, and this is on purpose because, you know, see right there, that ranged, you know, poison, that hurts. So I need to stay back because it's not going to take very much for me to die. I don't think she can kill me with her curse right now, but she might be able to kill me with a mark and a curse. So I have to be very careful. And I'm able to do that by staying very far away. You know, I'm almost completely under the tower. And this is really forcing her to, hey, she will have to take some tower damage. At least one hit if she wants to actually damage me. Now, this is a perfect time for me to go back. I am able to go back and put on my Swamp Stalker. Now, I chose Swamp Stalker over Pressure Hunter because I am going against a caster, which, you know, she doesn't have a whole lot more vitality than me. You know, she's got a couple of ticks in vitality, but right now she is building pretty much all intellect. So Pressure Hunter isn't going to give me a huge advantage, and I'm playing by myself quite a bit in this match. So I just figured Pressure Hunter is a more solid choice at this point, or Swamp Stalker's a more solid choice at this point. Now, I do head around, and since I have that ward right there on that fog wall, you know, I kind of head that way. We're able to get a little bit of damage on this tower, and again, I misclicked my ultimate. You know, like I said, I think I've got to just go back to controller because it's very difficult to play in faster-paced matches when this kind of thing happens. Now, I do survive that curse, and, you know, I'm pretty low. I would like to go back, but I'm kind of hanging out, waiting to see what's going to happen. Steel ends up using his ult on this Morgesh, and we're able to take her out. You know, unfortunately, I do end up going down here, and I missed a handful of shots there. You know, that's really on me. But we were able to take her out, and, you know, hey, that's good. I really don't like trading caster or an offlaner for an ADC. It's not a good trade in any, you know, any way you spin it. That's not a good trade. But hey, that was really my fault. I'm terrible at aiming. So, you know, Steel did a great job there. That was a great setup. And you know, that's one thing. I was not expecting it either. I'm actually in solo queue this match, so I was not expecting that. And if I would have known it would have happened. I could have, you know, maybe positioned myself a little bit better and, you know, wasn't just kind of jumping out there. But, hey, we ended up wrapping up that kill. I could have avoided that death if I would have stayed a little further away or if I would have just improved my aim. You know, it wasn't really a careless death. It was just, hey, I'm terrible kind of death. Now, there is a fight going down here in this kind of mid lane jungle area, and, you know, it's a really odd fight. I'm not really sure why everybody's running in, but, hey, you know, I'm here. I need to do as much as I can to make sure everything happens. Steel ends up ulting, and we're able to take out that howitzer. Of course, Morgesh is there to wrap, you know, my kill, or, you know, kill me. That was just a really poor choice of, you know, engaging in that fight. I went over there to help out our team, and, you know, that's really not the ADC's job. The ADC is not really there to peel for heroes or things like that. And if you saw, our Belica actually got out of the howitzer ult and then ran back into the howitzer ult and took that final hit. You know, that was a really poor choice in fighting. It was just kind of an all-around poor choice. I did chase that Seraph a little bit, and, you know, that was just a really bad choice on our part. Now, Belica has been struggling a little bit in this match. You know, I don't know if she's new to Belica or just is starting out picking up mid lane, but she has been struggling a little bit this match, and, you know, so here coming up, we spend a lot more time in mid lane trying to help her down that tower. Now, at this point, our tower was going down. It's best to get out, but me and Steel are able to actually wrap up that kill onto Morgesh, and then Kalari ults over. She's able to take out this Seraph as well, so it ends up being just a great thing. You know, I wanted to stay close and just make sure that I got my assist for getting that Seraph kill, because, you know, yeah, that's farm. Assists are farm as well. So it's really important to get that. And I don't know if range is an issue, but you know, with all the bugs and changes that have been going on, I'm not exactly sure how assists work anymore. So I just wanted to make sure that I got that assist, because, you know, there was no way I was going to be able to get the kill. But sure enough, Kalari was there. So, you know, that was a good engagement. We did lose that tower, but we punished them severely for taking it. And that's great. We're actually starting to come online a little bit. I've got my heavy hitter, which I'm actually going to swap out for my Shatter Golem, which, you know, this is the first game that I've ever really done that. I typically get Shatter Golem and, you know, save up 18 points to get Shatter Golem with my Guard Piercer, but this match I'm going to try Shatter Golem at 13 points and see how I like it. And, you know, to be quite honest, it feels decent. I still like having heavy hitter on. I like that fast attack speed, but it feels pretty good, so, you know, no problem there. Now, I should be ahead of farm with Seraph, so I should be able to take her as long as I can keep that distance. And, you know, that's exactly what I want to try to do. This howitzer, he's heading back, so I definitely want to, you know, keep him from being able to head back. And we get him fairly low, and you see, I misclick my jump. I was trying to use my ult, and I ended up jumping forward, and then, you know, by the time I actually got my ult off, it was just too late. But no problem. We're able to really put some pressure on this tower and force this lane a little bit. Belica did end up taking out that howitzer, which is just absolutely amazing. And you can see by preventing him from backing, we were able to do that. Now, I did dip out through that fog wall to, you know, try to just escape. Their Seraph ends up actually taking out our Belica, which, you know, that's unfortunate, but what can you do? Now, I am out of mana at this point, and I probably should have turned and ran, but with our Steel there, with their Morgesh, I was just like, hey, let's go down fighting, and we did end up taking out that Seraph. You know, so I'm kind of the assist champion right now. It's not the most flattering match, And, you know, this is one reason I definitely wanted to point this out, is because, you know, I do want to highlight those deaths, and you can see right there, I probably would have not survived even if I turned around, because they might have tower dove me. You know, Seraph probably wouldn't have, but Morgesh more than likely would have. And even if she didn't tower dive, she might have been able to throw that poison on me and take me out. So it's very important to, if you're going to die, you might as well go down fighting and get some damage on the enemy. And by me doing that, we were actually able to secure that Seraph kill. So, you know, hey, go down fighting if you're going to go down. Now I go ahead and force this safe lane a little bit, and from here I'm actually going to head to mid. You know, our Bellica's pinging, she needs some help, so I'm going to head over, see if we can actually make a play happen. And, you know, we had a pretty decent team collapse here, so we were able to, you know, help her out. Now, Kalari did end up taking out their Murdoch, but she died for it, and then Bellica, you know, she's running away. And, you know, I'm not really sure what that play was, but I went over to try to help her out. And, you know, we were able to at least back that Seraph off, which, you know, that's great. And like I said, I should be at a higher farm than Seraph, so I could quite possibly take her out. And with Bellica being so close, you know, we should be able to do that. I misclicked my ultimate again. And, from here, you know, we're just kind of farming, you know, getting healthy, everything like that. Their howitzer shows back up, but, you know, at this point, I'm hitting pretty hard, so howitzer's not much of a threat. And I want to really down this mid lane tower to really alleviate a lot of the pressure here. Bellica has been struggling here in mid lane, so I'm really being hyper aggressive on this tower to try to really help her out. Now, howitzer stands right in front of me. I end up getting tower aggro, but I am able to take him out. You can see I'm starting to really crank out some damage. Now, Morgesh comes behind me, marks me, and kills me. So I wasn't able to take out that tower, and that was a very bad play on my part. I should not be that aggressive, but I really want to get some progress on that tower so Bellica can actually, you know, start to get farm, things like that. She has been struggling a little bit. So that was a bad play, but I'm really trying to put a lot of pressure there. And we did get that tower fairly low. Now from here, I end up heading back to mid. You know, like I said, I really want to down this tower. And you can see our Bellica, she's almost dead again. So I want to head over, really help her out. And you can see I'm chipping away on this howitzer. We're just absolutely able to destroy him. And from here, we're able to push down and take out this tier 1, which, you know, hey, that's great. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Now, from here, Steel is with me. And I say, you know what, let's keep it up. We've got 2 of their heroes down. This is a perfect time to play hyper aggressive, really push lanes, and, you know, see what we can do. I am hitting fairly hard, and you can see I'm chipping away on Steel. Now, I let my Steel get tower aggro. This allowed me to go under tower and really start doing damage on it. And you saw I never got tower aggro even though I was shooting Steel, because once the tower's locked on a hero, it won't go to another hero unless they lose the aggro somehow. So that could be from, you know, like an Aurora using that little ice clone, that switches the tower's aggro. Or, you know, the hero leaving the tower's, you know, radius circle, whatever it's called. That could depend on it as well. So it's really just wait for your tank to get aggro, then you're free to shoot anybody that you want. All in all, that was a great play. We were able to down that tier 2. You know, we were struggling so much in mid lane, and just those couple of kills turned it from struggling into mid lane to absolutely dominating mid lane and winning the tower game. Now, of course, we head over to the off lane, and we're able, or the safe lane, we're able to just absolutely destroy this tower. So, again, we've turned this tower game completely around. We're able to take out howitzer as well. And you can really see before, in that early game, as an ADC, I'm very weak. I'm not able to do a whole lot. Now I'm just, I'm killing everybody. As soon as they get close, we're just absolutely melting them. And same with structures, you know, I'm doing tons and tons of structure damage. So these are really things to note when you play ADC. You are a late game hero. You can see we're 22 minutes in. I didn't really start coming online until 20 minutes in, but in the last, you know, 3-4 minutes, we've made some amazing plays. Now, me and Steel are going to just keep a ton of pressure up on this safe lane side. You can see our off lane is split pushing. We're going to try to down this inhib, and sure enough, we are. You know, we're just chipping away at it. Now, right before we down this inhib, Steel uses his ultimate. Now, I go to ult this Sparrow, or this Seraph, and Howitzer boops me, and then Morgesh, I don't know, she showed up from nowhere, and she's able to mark me and kill me. You know, that was, we should have got out, but when Steel engaged with his ultimate, I definitely wanted to follow up. But, you know, looking back at it now, you can see, hey, that would have been a perfect time to get out. You know, I'm a big pusher of when you down a tower, get out. Unless you can make progress, unless you can make solid forward progress from that point, get out. And once you're down an inhib, you can't really make solid forward progress unless you're going to win the game, or, you know, in the game. And we wouldn't have been able to do that there. So, you can see, that would have been a perfect time to get out. Now, me and Steel are the only ones currently alive, so that means we need to play defense. But, you know, our lanes are pushed, so defense at this point means securing Raptors, securing river buffs, you know, those type of things. Now, me and Steel, we make an absolutely amazing play here, and, you know, it just worked out perfectly on how we did it. Now, Steel heads over to that buff, and I see, hey, that's a purple buff. I'm going to go ahead and let him have it, and then I'm going to bait these guys out. And, you know, so I'm kind of like showing up right here. Steel is invisible, and then I let them see me. I jump down, grab that river buff, and you see, it worked absolutely perfect. They're sitting there waiting for me to show up. Steel's able to, you know, we just absolutely destroy Murdoch. You know, that was an amazing play. Steel ends up ulting the enemy Steel, and, you know, hey, I pushed way too far forward there. There was no reason for me to run up like that, but no big deal. That was really bad positioning on my part, but, you know, with multi-shot, it feels like the minions block a lot more shots than they used to. You know, when you just shot one bullet, it seemed like you hit what you were aiming at. And now with multi-shot, it seems like the bullets just spray around everywhere. That might just be me, you know, being me. But, hey, what can you do? Now, I end up taking a little bit of poke damage there. You know, I say, hey, I'm going to get out. Arkwing's going after Prime, so I need to head over to Prime. I'm still struggling with doing my callouts, and that is also another hindrance for our team. But we end up making a great Prime play. You know, they weren't really able to come contest because we have our lanes pushed. We've got everything like that. You know, typically when you see 4 enemies in mid and then they all disappear, they're going for Prime. But, you know, at this point, there was very little that they could actually do to stop us from getting Prime. And, you know, really the match is kind of going towards the way of, hey, we're about to wrap this up. Now, this Steel is kind of coming in, and then, you know, Seraph comes in. You can see, as soon as anybody gets in range of me, I'm shooting at them. And this is keeping them away from me. Steel ends up using his ult, which, you know, I'm able to dodge in, and I go into my ult for whatever reason. But hey, no problem. We're able to take out Steel. You know, Kalari's fed to the point where she's just dominating with damage. And we're able to take him out. We end up taking out this mid inhib, and then, you know, it really is game over from here. We finally get some revenge on Morgesh. Oh, stupid Morgesh. And then, you know, from here we end up winning the game. All in all, this was a great game. This was a very average game. You can see I'm 7-5-8. Which is a pretty solid score, but that's a lot of deaths for an ADC. But at least I did get to show off some of these deaths, and I really hope that helped y'all kind of learn and grow and see the mistakes I've made and learn from them. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and if you did enjoy this video, show me some love. leave me a comment. Join our Discord, the link's right here, and you know, we try to play pretty regular, so if you want to play with us, definitely jump in, and like always, we'll see y'all in the next video.